Hello explorers, it's Darren here and welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. So today was supposed to be the day that I uploaded my travel vlog, but unfortunately I've not had a chance to finish the editing. I wasn't particularly well on Sunday and yes, there goes my excuse. So that's going to be going up on Thursday. Really sorry about that, but I'm going to do today's video as a Q&A because last week I asked a number of you, well I asked you all to send me your questions and a number of you very kindly did. So here we go. Miki Vlogs, at least that's how I hope you pronounce it, has asked me a really good question, and he's asked me if I enjoy a specific place while I'm travelling, would I move there permanently? And I'm very open-minded about this. I've lived in Leeds all of my life and I do need a change of scenery, which is part of the reason why I'm doing the big trip in the first place. But yes, if there was somewhere that I really enjoyed and I felt comfortable there and I could settle down there, then I wouldn't have a problem with applying for a working visa. Now, some countries are a little bit easier to do that than others. For example, the US and Australia are notoriously difficult to get a working visa for, so we just have to wait and see. I'm obviously travelling on a tourist visa. I'm not planning to do any work while I'm travelling, obviously, other than uploading videos to the channel and doing a bit of writing on my blog. So it would depend on the visa situation, I suppose, is the answer to that question. But yes, very open-minded about the future and where I'm going to be living in the future. Treasure Holy Grail asks me, why don't I drive? And that's a very good question. I'm blind in my right eye. I mentioned it in one of my videos. I think it was a video about 5 things you don't know about me. I'll leave a link to the video below. But I'm blind in my right eye, and I think it's a lot to do with confidence. You can get a provisional driving license to learn how to drive if you're partially sighted. But for me, it's more about the confidence. Am I confident enough to be driving the roads with the maniacs around and not cause any accidents? I would feel awful if I caused an accident because of my sight. So that stopped me from doing that and from thinking about learning to drive. When I was 17, I did apply for a provisional driving licence, and it had to go through my doctor and optician, and eventually the DVLA agreed to give me a provisional licence. But that's going back a long time, and I think it's very unlikely that they would do the same now, considering I'm now 41 years old, I've got diabetes, so it's not something that's ever bothered me. The only time of the year where I wish I could drive is in the summer, when I can just jump in a car and go off somewhere, go on a trip and explore. But I've just got to rely on public transport, and there's nothing really wrong with that. It just adds additional time onto your trip and it can be a bit pricey, but it's probably cheaper than owning a car and paying for the MOTs and getting it fixed and all those kind of things that happen with cars. Deviate-X asks a really good question about, am I more nervous about travelling around the world on my own or by vlogging in public? And I would say I'm more nervous about vlogging in public than I am travelling for 6 months by myself, but I am nervous about that too. The public vlogging, I think I'm just going to improve when I get more confidence, and the more I do it, the better I'll get. I think I'm a little bit conscious about doing it near where I live because I've got this horrible fear of walking around the city centre and bumping into somebody that I know that doesn't know that I do this channel, and I'm there with a camera in my hand talking to it. That's a little bit of a fear there, but I think I'm just going to improve with confidence. I could tell when I was walking around York, I didn't bother too much about the people around me. I just got on with talking to the lens, and I really enjoyed that. I think the York video, if you've not watched it yet, is my favourite video that I've done so far, and there's going to be more of them coming up in the weeks and months. Aman Kaur asks me, which place am I most looking forward to visiting in the future? Another good question. In fact, they're all great questions. I would say, as a group, the Southeast Asia part of my trip, because I'm going to be experiencing cultures that I've not experienced before. I'm visiting Thailand and Malaysia and Singapore and Hong Kong. So you've got that China element, you've got Malaysia and Thailand and Singapore. It's just, I'm really excited by it. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it, and I just can't wait to sample the local food, the street food, and go into the temples and understand more about the religions and the culture, and hang out where the locals hang out. I love going to tourist attractions, but I also enjoy hanging out where the locals hang out, and I'm looking forward to doing that as well. And a lot of my videos, or some of my videos, will be literally where the locals hang out rather than just the tourist side of the destination as well. So definitely Southeast Asia, mega excited, really excited. And I'm also looking forward to my US trip. I'm going on a road trip as such. I'm travelling by coach from Los Angeles to New York, which is going to be fun. I'm going on Greyhounds and Megabus and what's the other company that I can't think of? Megabus, Bolt Bus and Greyhound buses. I'm going to be going to the Grand Canyon, to Las Vegas, to Yellowstone National Park, to Denver, Chicago, Washington DC, all over, and that is going to be a really fun trip. I would love to be able to drive across the US, but a coach is the next best thing. I can just sit there and relax and look at the scenery, and I think it's going to be great just going through the different terrain and different landscapes as you travel across the US. I'm really looking forward to that as well. Thank you for that question. It's given me goosebumps just thinking about it. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you've got any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And I should be back on Thursday with a travel vlog. My explorations continue.